What's up everybody? As the nights grow longer and the trees begin to die, we draw close to what is many people's favorite Overwatch event, and that's Halloween Terror 2019. So as I do with all upcoming events, today I'll be discussing the start date for this year's Halloween event, which heroes will be getting skins and other cosmetic items, as well as what we have to look forward to regarding event game modes and other limited time spooky holiday stuff. This is Master Ian Gamer, and let's get into it. First up, let's start with the start date. While the recent summer games saw a bit of a schedule shift this year, we fortunately don't have to worry about that same sort of thing happening for the 2019 Halloween Terror event. Given that it's based around a real-world holiday, Blizzard can't really offset it without invalidating the whole theme. Therefore, the dates from previous years are going to be pretty surefire indicators of when we can expect the event to run in 2019. Historically, the Halloween Terror event has always begun on the second Tuesday of October and run until the very end of the month, sometimes even being extended by a day or two in order to conclude on November 1st. This scheduling makes sense, as it really wouldn't be much of a Halloween event if it ended before Halloween. So, moving now to 2019, what will the event's schedule look like? Given how the dates line up this time, it seems most likely for the event to start on Thursday, October 10th, as that will allow the event to run the usual 3 weeks, with maybe one extra day tacked on to carry it out past the 31st. While Halloween Terror specifically has never started on a Thursday before, we have seen other events start on this day of the week, so it seems like a pretty safe bet for this to be the case this year. As for the official teasers leading up to the event starting, this is where it actually becomes a bit harder to pin down. Overwatch used to have a fairly predictable format for event teasers, but recently they've begun to mix things up quite a bit. For example, the 2019 anniversary event only started getting teasers at the last minute, and the 2019 Summer Games event had no official social media teasers whatsoever prior to the event hitting live servers. In both cases, most of the skin teasers for these events were actually shown on social media after the event started. So coming back to Halloween Terror 2019, it's a bit up in the air as to whether it'll follow closer to the 2019 anniversary event, the Summer Games, or maybe it'll even switch back to the old format of teasing a week ahead of time. I personally suspect that it won't be the latter, so if Blizzard does end up teasing the event prior to it actually launching, I expect it to only be within a few days before the event starting, likely being sometime earlier that same week. These may or may not end up revealing any of the new skins ahead of time, but speaking of which, now let's switch over to taking a look at who might be getting new legendary skins this time around. As many of you know, I use a chart to keep track of every hero's skins and when they got them. However, with Overwatch being more than 3 years old now, the chart in its entirety has become a bit overbearing to look at, which is why I've made a simplified version for use in event prediction videos. It only shows the individual skins and events for as far back as every hero's most recent legendary, which in this case was the 2018 anniversary event. All other skins are compiled into this column, which only tracks the number prior to that event, and the far right columns still track the total skins per hero as well as time since last legendary. So, looking at the heroes specifically, there are still two in particular which stand out as needing new skins the most, and those of course are Orisa and Ana. Neither hero has had a new legendary skin in over a year at this point, with each only having gotten a single epic skin in the time since then. Orisa's being from this past Lunar New Year event, and Ana's from the Ballistix Challenge, which I don't have listed here since it's not a returning skin like those from events. On top of having gone this long without getting a skin, they both have an overall low number of total skins, despite how long they've been on the hero roster. Now, I do have to say, however, that just because these heroes are so far behind everybody else, sadly doesn't guarantee that they'll be getting something this time around. From a statistical standpoint, they are the most likely, but it really all comes down to what ideas the Overwatch devs have for hero skins, and what events those skins best fit into. We'll hopefully be getting something new for these two this time around, around, but we just as easily could end up having to wait even longer. Beyond Orisa and Ana though, the next tier of likely skin candidates include Doomfist, Sombra, and Symmetra. These three have relatively low total numbers of skins, in addition to having gone significant lengths of time without getting something new. After them would come Reinhardt, Junkrat, Widowmaker, Lucio, and Mercy for similar reasons. Lucio and Mercy did get their all-star skins fairly recently, but since those aren't from loot boxes and won't be returning, they don't get counted in the same way as the other skins on this chart. Now keep in mind, the heroes I've selected here only statistically have the best odds of getting a skin. There is nothing guaranteed for any of them just yet, but these are the ones that are most likely and are the safest to get your hopes up for. Moving past who will be getting skins though, let's look at how many skins will be included in the event. While in years past we typically got 6 legendaries added per event in addition to some epic skins, the 2019 Summer Games event set a new standard of only 4 legendaries with 3 epics. While some people thought that this may have just been something of a fluke event, Jeff Kaplan has actually confirmed already that, at least with regards to the 2019 Halloween Terror event, we should expect to see a similar amount of new content as what was added in Summer Games. This means 4 new legendaries, 3 new epics, and a small handful of emotes, highlight intros, voice lines, and victory poses. A lot of people may be disappointed by this lack of new content, but to be fair, there's already a ton of cosmetic items in each event from the previous 3 years. If you're a veteran player, then sure, you probably have most, if not all of the stuff from past years, but for newer players, there's tons of stuff to get. So personally, I'm okay with Blizzard toning back the amount of cosmetics per event. If anything, it'll ensure that they have stuff to add every time the event rolls around for many years still to come. The only cosmetic items which we are guaranteed to get for this year's event are new sprays for the 3 new heroes who were added since Halloween last year, being Ashe, Baptiste, and Sigma. These 3 will likely get new voice lines as well, but given that Ashe didn't get any for Summer Games, we'll have to wait and see what happens this time around. Another thing to note though is that, like the recent Summer Games event, the 3 epic skins for this year's Halloween Terror will likely once again be locked behind a weekly win system. This means you'll need to get 9 wins each out of the 3 weeks in order to unlock each of the epic skins, which I guess makes things a bit more interesting for those of you who like tasks and challenges, but overall won't be anything huge in terms of mixing up the event. Beyond cosmetics, Jeff's statement about expecting a similar scale event to what we had with Summer Games also suggests that there won't be any new or improved game modes this year beyond the return of Junkenstein's Revenge. Now, I personally don't mind this, as Junkenstein's Revenge is my favorite event game mode, and I don't think it really needs any changes to still be fun, but it would be nice to get some kind of expansion on it, or even a brand new mode to accompany it. However, it sounds like that won't be the case, so if you like the old mode like I do, then you'll be good to go, but otherwise, it'll probably feel a bit lackluster when it comes to game modes this year. The last major thing to discuss for the upcoming Halloween event is the maps. Halloween Terror is one of the events which has historically gotten spooky-themed reskins for existing maps each year. However, given what Jeff said about Halloween Terror being similar to Summer Games, and that there wasn't a new Lucio Ball arena this year with that event, we may be out of luck for a new Halloween map skin too. It might not be the case though. Jeff may have only been referring to cosmetics and game modes, so in favor of remaining optimistic, let's assume that there will in fact be a new map skin. Which map will it be, and how will it be redesigned? Well, for starters, it definitely won't be one of the 3 which already have a Halloween reskin. It also probably won't be one which has been reskinned for a different event, such as Winter Wonderland or Lunar New Year. Beyond this though, there really aren't any outstanding limitations. It might be an arcade exclusive map, or one of these standard rotation maps for quick playing competitive. One particular map which might actually make a good event variant would be Dorado. Rather than reskinning it to fit with a Halloween theme, they could alter it to reflect Mexico's Day of the Dead, which is also celebrated at the end of October. This would offer something a bit more culturally different from the more classic Halloween style we've seen with the other Halloween Terror maps. Plus, given that the map is already mid-festival celebration on the standard version, reskinning the map could be as simple as switching up the decor to better fit the Day of the Dead holiday theme. They could even change the time of day, as per usual with event map variants, by making it dusk instead of nighttime. Admittedly, I'm far from being particularly knowledgeable about Mexican holidays and and their corresponding celebrations, so I'm sure others would have better ideas for how exactly Dorado might be changed to satisfyingly fit a Day of the Dead holiday theme. It's just one of many map ideas which could fit the overall Halloween Terror theme, so hopefully we'll be getting a new map variant this year, but as I said with Jeff's statement in the recent summer games, we're really just gonna have to wait and see. And with that, thank you all for watching. I'll be doing a separate Halloween skin ideas video where I delve into some of the cool and creepy possible skins we could be getting, so be sure to stay tuned for that, and in the meantime, let me know what Halloween hero skins you want to see this year by dropping a comment down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and share it with a friend if you really liked it. Subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit up the bell to never miss any of my future Overwatch content. This is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.